There's 70 people on board, 12 days, that's 840 people. There's 140 litres of milk.
2,800 meals on the way down.
2,200 on the way back.
There's more.
My minions! My minions are not bowing!
Alphabetical order of first name.
Alright.
Peter Brigden.
Oh, welcome. What are you expecting of it?
Rough seas, I hope.
This is Stuart Hyman.
Well, I'm hoping for northerlies, but it's the weather doesn't look like it.
What am I expecting? A big experience, whatever.
Trying to outdo John DeLandro.
That's what I do for the Ebola.
Don't go near a flame. Good for Ebola? Oh, yeah.
Okay, more pumpkins can go over where.
Welcome on this lovely ship, James Clay. We're going to Hobart today. We'll set all sails today except the spanker, and you might even set that later.
So, if you haven't signed the manifest, I'm afraid Bill Hill has won.
Patrick Chandler.
Aye.
Jack Hunt. James Rickard.
Yeah.
David James.
Aye.
Andy Green. Joe Thomas. Callum.
Okay, Meisenwatch. Meisenwatch then, if you prefer.
No.
Hans Anderson.
Aye.
Martin Lowe.
Aye.
Mel Dixon.
Aye.
Robin Park.
Obviously for the voyage crew and the sail training crew will run through for the training, but if it is an emergency then we come down to life raft number 2.
Emergency muster station is here. Take out the third line. Take care of the arc spring. Take care of the forward spring.
Wheels hard to put.
How about here we come?
We're all set for Hobart. Yeah, absolutely.
Today we started with the predicted stiffening nor'easter, which got us going down the coast with all sails set bar the spanker and the gaff topsail. And we made very good progress, increasing up to 9 knots.
Okay, we're ready for the next one.
Yeah, well done.
We set the forecourse, we use the capstan. But obviously we don't have a capstan. That's not going on the video.
He just did.
And being below decks I found very uncomfortable and sticky, but we were blessed with a good following wind, and we've made very good time. and it's cooled down now, and we've just had a fantastic meal. So I think a good day.
Very good food, very good, very nice people, but the engineers and all the rest as usual.
It was fabulous. I couldn't get over the weather and the departure with the sails dropping under the bridge
and now 48. The wind is coming off as predicted. It's still from the northeast. Let me introduce you to Hurricane Hans. This is almost exactly the same place that this man found a 60 knots of wind in a little rotating storm in this part of geography. We're 10 miles north of Jervis Bay, and we're continuing south on the basis that this breeze is predicted to continue through to midnight, but ease to almost nothing, and then be overtaken by a westerly, a light westerly, 5 to 10 knots.
Yeah, well, I had to put my head up before I had breakfast.
I'll probably go in a bit more with that keeper.
Oh, God, stop. Who needs to do weightlifting?
A tangle of bosuns?
Yeah.
Not the bosuns, yeah. I feel really good about this. I wonder what I'm getting. It's the first time I've climbed with this little gadget. Hi, Tristan. Ah, this is magic. They're coming. I've got them. So this is what square rig sailing's really all about.
Getting the right time.
We had a honeymoon start and a reality day about being in a seaway, learning to be sailors, setting sails with a fair bit of movement in the rig, and really to no material result down the track. So these ships do very well ahead of the wind, very well across the wind, and nothing at all into the wind.
Raise, tax and shake!
Raise, tax and shake!
At the end of the day,
Stations to worship!
after having spent all day going back and forth, we ended up at 5 o'clock in exactly the same position as we were at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Once that was finished and we decided to motor sail from there, we got on with the job, which was to get the Mars under us towards so that we're making ground at 5 knots, 4.5 to 5 knots, down towards the latitude of Gabo Island, the calm sea state. So we're making good use of that to repair bunts.
Apparently this one is not the bad one. Apparently the main bunt ones are in worse shape. Yep. It's getting close.
And to also do some training. So.
Mast 101. Stand there, you're a mast. What's at the house? What do you see at the house?
Making ground at 5 knots, 4.5 to 5 knots, down towards the latitude of Gabo Island.
You'd like to set sail.
And we're about to go sailing again.
Magnificent.
We've got news.
What's our news?
Past Green Cape, and we're on the verge of leaving Australia and heading to Tasmania.
Yay.
Say that again, Ainsley. What did you say?
Need some help to fill the course.
So you're paying them double time, are you?
1, 2,
3, 4, 5,
6,
7,
8, 9,
10, 12.
That's stunning, Sam.
thank you so much.
Today we've had exposure to vast strays in its typical form. Heavy seas, short waves. This provided a good corkscrew motion.
Mistress David and Bob. Mistress David and Daniel. Cut off. No, cut off. Oh, the paparazzi here.
The ship hadn't been rolled.
Oh, where was it? Thank you. Excellent. I've been looking for it for days.
Unfortunately, we do have a few cuts and bruises.
Emma, are you okay?
Alex getting from chicken pie.
Not only chicken pie.
It's James Craig chicken pie.
Pretty much the same through the night. So tuck yourself into your hammock or whatever it is and look out for yourself.
Friday morning all's well. Great, very good. Very easy to steer today. We're just north of, a bit north of Hobart. We're actually going into Hobart in the next 24 hours, they tell me.
Compass course, surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
Is 185.
Oh, it's not bad. I had a shower curtain, 2 shower curtains over my bed. I had drips. I had a little tantrum halfway through the night because I couldn't get my sleeping bag on. But apart from that, I calmed down again and went back to sleep. All the hammocks fall on the forepart of the watch and towards the forepart of the deck. All pretty much covered in tarps and water, a bit of swimming pool, and a lot of rain, a lot of drip. The floor is all wet, it's quite slippery. And once you get out of your hammock, you don't want to get back in again.
So what happened last night?
Oh well, so there was this big hit against the side of the ship. And gosh, what on earth is that? Woke me up. I came up on deck and Jen was explaining that we had water all over the deck. So we found the officer of the watch. And I went and talked to him. And it's like, yeah, no, everything's going fine. We're having a great time steering by the stars. The only thing I'm worried about is that there's the tie on the main mast. It kind of made noises as though it would be nice if somebody went up and had a look. And I thought, well, I'm not going up.
That's number 1.
Number 2.
Number 2.
48. What number?
14.
14. 9.
I heard that the wind had come up, came up, I had a look at it, stared. He and I were staring at the foremast from the mainmast. We could see the forestays tensioning and relaxing, which meant that one of the bits of the mast were pumping. Looked up, it was clear that it was overloading the mainmast, so I came up to suggest that to Mike, and I think a nanosecond after that conversation, the pin broke and the main stop staysail blew.
Got a crew aloft setting sail.
I guess yesterday afternoon was a bit of a highlight. I think with the sunset over Tasmania, and then you could just see the whole geography of the place. Everyone was just on deck, just quiet, you know, contemplative and enjoying the moment.
Yeah.
And that was pretty perfect.
Highlights to date.
Highlights are standing at the helm, middle of the day, bright sunny day, beautiful, and sitting out here under the stars.
Well, highlight really is the entire voyage in every respect. The good bits, the bad bits. Probably the bad bits being come around at night, trying to get some sleep.
Take a photo of me losing the helm.
Put on port. No, they're on starboard. Okay, once we've done that, we're putting a hold on all further orders. So we're going to leave the yards as they are, so we'll just wait and see what the orders are, whether we have to brace these back or square up the main stack.
We're going to rig church at 0800. I'll read the Articles of War. Okay. Right, and then we can flog the captain.
That's lovely.
See Maria Island?
Yeah. Interesting angle, Simon.
Hi, Mary.
Did you do a beautiful furl up there?
Best furl ever, thanks to Callum and Joe.
Not meant to hear our rig talk.
I didn't hear your rig talk. Lucky for you, my hearing's bad.
We had a nice climb up the mainmast this morning.
Just a gaggle of bosuns with a ringing.
Gaggle?
A tangle of bosuns with a ringing.
No, it's a bedlam of bosuns.
Beautiful clear skies, Milky Way, shooting stars, perfect sailing conditions. Challenge, the Bass Strait. Did not enjoy that.
Challenge, trying to steer.
How are you going? How are you doing all that?
My highlight is being on the trip. Everything about the trip has been wonderful. My challenge is to convince my wife to do it, let me do it again.
So my highlights would be the very rough weather. The challenge was being shot like a cannonball off the chest downstairs, which broke loose from its moorings, and going horizontally straight through somebody else's bunkhouse and hitting the side of the ship and having blood pouring out of my head.
Steering by Canopus last night. Magic.
Challenge is dealing with sleep deprivation. Highlight was the first day, I guess, sailing in the Northeaster.
Well, there's been so many highlights, I don't know where to start with. I think initially being up on the Royals where that squall came in on the first night and the downpour of rain was one of the best challenges.
Being up the mast, that's the greatest challenge. Trying to steer by the stars last night for the first time was magic.
Milky Way spread across the sky, under sail, absolutely magical.
Sunset and sunrise, beautiful sun.
Helming on that wildest night, I think, was a highlight for me. Challenge is not letting the tiredness and the cold get to you.
Seeing the crew, volunteer crew, go about their business, and I can take that away and think about that and change my interaction with people.
Highlight, and setting the sails this morning as we were coming into view of Mariah, for instance. Setting the sails for that was pretty magical.
Yeah.
Challenge for me was definitely, I'm afraid of heights, so challenge for me has been getting over that. And the food was particularly easy.
How was the food?
Delicious. I just had 5 helpings of pork belly, so probably almost a kilo.
Seasickness, I was really worried about. I just kept on the pills, and
Wow.
I've been okay.
Different setting. No flash?
Dueling cameras.
1, 2, 3. Almost all the way out. It's another boy. No, it's a girl. It's a girl. No, it's a boy. It's a girl. It's a white one.
Guy, you treat all your girls like that? It's a beautiful Hobart morning.
No, that's all right. I can get it out. I just wonder if you can pull it.
Doing well.
Folks all bit shackle
Good morning, sir.
This is good service.
Of course.
Yeah.
We send our birthing party ashore.
Looks like our breast.
All right, bringing the breast across to the billards.
All the way.
We have arrived.
Any last messages? Our casualties ashore, and there are some important events to deal with before we head off back to Port Arthur.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Robin. Happy birthday to you. Hooray! Hooray!
So the highlight was actually standing on the foredeck on the first.
Happy birthday to you.
I got a card. Everybody signed it for me. Awesome stripy socks and a colouring in book.
Pirate colouring book.
With pirate crayons. Woo! What? My talk?
So be careful, Melly is filming. I have a feeling there's audio on there. Oh, but Jesus. You didn't hear the thing about Guinness, did you, Melly?
So we've changed the plan so that we will not be sailing tomorrow in order to give some chance of the mainmast repairs that need to be done being done. Here today and tomorrow, bug out first thing on Thursday, go sailing. There is some southerly predicted, but a bit later on in the day, and hopefully we'll get a nice sail across the bay and then go up into the Derwent and camp there for our Sod's Opera and preparations, you know, final tidying up for going up into opening the hatch and doing that sort of thing up there. If you would like to join the Wedge Makers Guild, see this man over here, and there's a small initiation process that's involved. A load of brass, There's a load of little bits of rustmaster. There's a whole lot of tails under the jaboom net that need to be tidied up.
I'm having a great time, but I have no idea what I'm doing.
You're splashing your eyes.
What is this? Man watch business. Come on.
I am re-splicing the eye on the ankle.
Keep going.
Finishing this job on the topgallant mast would be a highlight.
My challenge has been to be responsible for a shipload of people. Hopefully everyone will be fed healthy food, interesting food.
And wash their hands.
And well, wash their hands, of course.
Noodles.
So, what does this mean for the ship? Well, it doesn't make a huge safety issue.
Okay, break on!
Brakes on.
That's it.
That's it.
We've got about 40 knots, and so the scum in the keep up that everybody talks to is here, but it's not actually doing very much right at the moment.
All here. And ease away on the clip, palm down one hand on the glues. And now cast them off and Eric up over and help break.
Well on starboard.
Got him in the galley yet. We could use him, use him down there.
The money for anchor control.
It's tight, John.
This is the Swords Opera. I don't know what number. I'm pretty vague about what's here.
Oh, great big closers! How come if it says all hands on deck and there's only one hands on the ship?
1, 2,
4,
5,
13,
6,
7,
8.
Crisis regularly tried to deal the wrong cards to the watch as they started their shift.
That's wrong, that's wrong.
What do you do when you're swimming in poo?
and she's dragging her anchor chain. When you're in the shower and it's got no power. And outside, it's pouring rain. The answer is clear. So let's give a cheer. A cheer. And call for the engineer.
Orange.
Robert Chalmers. David Eldridge. Jeff. Last one on the royal is Callum. Woo! But it's a gallon. How many have we got? Okay,
So just
first
one
one.
stage.
Mark. Oh, yeah.
She tied a granny. This is how you descend from the main mast, as instructed by the lovely Jo. And here we go. Feeling for my first step. Got that.
See all these wonderful boats around us. Lots and lots of sailing boats. Lots and lots of old sailing boats. Fantastic. Wouldn't be anywhere else. And bagpipes.
It's just amazing. Hobart, the way they come out to see all the boats is just fantastic. To hear those bagpipes is so emotional.
It's amazing. You can see everything that's happening. Loving the sound of the bagpipes below.
Have you looked behind you? What's special?
Everything. Just to be able to see so many beautiful old boats.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Five. I said five.
8, 9,
10,
12,
13,
14,
15.
That's very good, Rain Watch. Very good indeed. One of the best you've ever done. Trouble is you're not on. You're on second, guys.
Chris Willis.
Aye.
Charlotte Gabites. Ralph Sackham. Don Skirman. Graham Faulkner. Mark Moretti.
Aye.
Malcolm Boyd. Michael Young. Gillian Kerr-Shepherd. Margaret Piper. Richard Day. Stephen Marshall. Good. Peter Brigden.
60 knots of wind in a little rotating storm in this part of geography.
Raise, takes and checks.
It was fabulous because of the departure from Sydney Hobart.
Thank you. That's stunning, Sam.
Drink up. Drink up. Make sure dehydration is the biggest problem on board, really.
Healthy food, interesting food.
And wash their hands.
And well, wash their hands. The ship had a little bit of roll. Service?
Of course.
A knot of bosuns.
Although I don't know if Tangle just Tangle's growing up.
Thank you. All president accounted for.